Hi, it's Susanna from Her Money, Her Purpose, and today I wanted to talk to you specifically on the subject of when we feel or think or believe that we don't know enough. So, this is something that can come up a lot, especially for you. This will resonate with you most likely if you're the kind of woman who I am, who I work with, who has this kind of feeling like she is here to do something that's potent, that she's here to do something that's kind of unique and maybe even kind of incredible, that she's blazing her own trail and creating something that is unique. So we suffer from this plague sometimes that says you're not you don't know enough. I was almost going to say you're not enough, but that's what can be underneath it. But it's just you don't know enough, to be able to teach this, to be able to share this, to be able to do this. And so you might know that that's happening for you if you're stopping yourself from taking action, or you're taking action and it's not really producing the results, or you feel like, oh, maybe I should just do another course, or there's like a fear, like, what if someone asks me why I'm qualified to do this? Like, what if someone questions where my qualifications, where my, you know, evidence that I can do this comes from? And it's that feeling that we don't know enough. Now, oftentimes when I see conversations around you don't know enough, they do help because they address logically, look at how much you know. And I think that looking at logically how much we do know is a great way to start, but I want to offer something that goes a little bit deeper, because sometimes we just can't create an embodied shift, an embodied transformation from a place of logic. Like, our minds just can't get us there sometimes. So I wanted to talk about your soul. And I wanted to talk about the fact that your soul might actually be the source of this you don't know enough. And that this you don't know enough is actually true. I bet you didn't see that coming. So the idea is that your soul has a desire, especially if you have a passion, if you have, purpose, a sense of meaning. Your soul has a desire to know more. And your soul's desire to know more can absolutely be interpreted as you don't know enough. And the truth is you don't, and you never will. Like, you could study for hundreds of thousands of lifetimes and never know enough to satisfy your soul. It's always going to want to know more. So that's true. But it's our egos that define that sensing, that knowing of wanting more, wanting to know more, to do more, to be more. Your soul's truth is saying that. And your ego's limited interpretation of that is like, so maybe go do another course, or maybe just hold back for a little while and learn some more, or maybe give it up altogether. But actually, we know that we learn more by doing. It gets to a certain point, especially when we're on these more unique pathways, where we're learning from life experience and teaching what we've learned. There isn't a course or a certification that's going to prepare us for this. Oftentimes the preparation comes, and if you relate to this, it means you're already doing that. The preparation comes from doing, from being of service, from starting the process. That's where the preparation comes, to do more and to know more and to be more. So I want to share with you an idea, and this is the idea that it's not a yes, no. Do I know enough? Yes, no. It's more of a spectrum. It's more of a continuum. So on one end of the continuum could be I know nothing. And on the other end of the continuum is I know everything. And both of those are completely false ideas. But the truth is somewhere in the middle for all of us. And we may have a sense that there's all this stuff over here that I don't know yet. I still need to know that. I have a need, like I have a desire, I have a wanting to know that. But on this end, there's all the stuff that we already know, that's already behind us. And that's the stuff that we can share. That's the stuff that other people need from us. And I'm not asking you to convince yourself from this from your mind. I'm asking you to feel into this. I'm asking you to acknowledge your soul that says, you don't know enough. And say, yeah, you're correct. So let's work together. Let's serve together. And in turn, learn. I really do think this idea of a spectrum, a continuum, is useful, not just in this context, but in many contexts. And I do think that the idea of acknowledging your soul and acknowledging what it's saying to you and the truth behind it and pulling apart what your soul's telling you from how your ego's interpreting that is a useful thing to do. Because often we want to make the soul message wrong and say, no, I do know enough. Never get into an argument with your soul. It's going to win every time. You will lose. You mere mortal. You will lose. So that's my genius tip. That's my tip, for you geniuses, because you already know so much. I work with these women that are incredible. They know on their spectrums of what they know, what they teach, and what they do, they're miles ahead of me. But then I can help them in my area when it comes to magnetizing and monetizing money from sharing these gifts. That's where I can help. And they help in their areas, and you help in your area. So I hope that you've allowed this to land somewhere and touch you and move you into a place of aligned action in the direction of your soul's purpose. Because that's all I ever want for you. So until next time, many joyful blessings. Mwah.